Okay, Chapter 9, Lesson 9, Multiply Fractions by Whole Numbers. You can use models and equations to multiply a fraction by a whole number. Okay, example 1. Each card on a trivia game has 6 questions. Each question represents 1/6 of the questions on the card. So let's look at that. If there are 6 questions, each question is worth 1/6. So there would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions, each of them worth 1/6 of the total. Now, according to this, Caleb correctly answered 4 of the questions. So let's just 1, 2, 3, 4 of them he answered correctly. What fraction of the questions on a did he answer correctly? So this is 1/6 4 times, which can also be written as 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6, which is 4/6. I'm just going to give you this. I may regret it, but I'm going to show you anyway. 4 times 1/6 can also be written this way. 4/1 times 1/6. This is the way your parents did it, and this is the way I learned it when I was in school. 4/1 times 1/6 equals 4/6. Just multiplying across, top and bottom. Okay. Now what I showed you here is basically what it's showing you here with the repeated addition. So that is one way to solve this. And you can refer back and rewind and play again to get this part done. The other way is to use a model. So they're showing the number line 0 and 1 whole divided into 6. And then he got 4 questions right. So let's see how the pen is treating me today. Here's one of his questions he got right. 2 of his questions is going to get me to that one. 3 and 4 of his questions, which puts me at 4/6. Or I can use my toolbox. And by opening up my toolbox, I now have access to my fraction tiles, and I can just say, okay, he got 4 of his questions right. So that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. And that's how we can show them. I could line them up nice and using the fraction tiles. If you're struggling at home, just open up at the bottom the little green icon that you saw me use, and that will pull up fractions as an option for you to use. I went back and fraction bars here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and they're showing that that will also line up with 2/3. So I'm going to show you, because 4 and 6 are both even, you can divide by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So 4 times 1/6 equals 4/6, or 2/3. And that's the first problem. Now here's the second example. You can use equations and properties to multiply a fraction by a whole number. So now we're finding 5 times 3/10. And then we're going to identify the 2 whole numbers in which the product lies. Woohoo! Fun. Okay, first we're going to think of 3/10 as a multiple of 1/10. And if you refer back to the other lesson that we did, this is the unit fraction. And if we were to write it 3/10 as a multiple of 1/10, it would be 3 times 1/10, which is what it's showing here. 3/10 equals 3 times 1/10. Now we've got our 5, which just moved over here. Now we're using the associative property to regroup the numbers because it's all multiplication, so we can do that. Now we've got 5 times 3 times 1/10. 5 times 3 is 15. So 15 times 1/10 is 15/10. Now 15 groups of 1/10 equals 15/10. What are they doing here? How are they getting that? Let me show you. They have 15 tenths, and they're pulling out 1 whole, which is 10 tenths for this problem because our denominator is 10. In order to get 1 whole, the numerator and the denominator have to match up. So that's leaving me with 15 minus 10 is 5 tenths. So we've got 1 whole and 5 tenths. So that's 1 and 5 tenths. And you know that 5 is half of 10. So that equals 1 and 1/2, which is what they got to down here, 1 and 1/2. The other way to do it would be to divide, and we'd do box top. The top number goes in the box, 10 goes outside. 10, 20, 20 is too big, so 10 will only go into 15 one time. Subtract 10, 1 and 5 tenths. Now you're glad I showed you all the division and how when you get the remainder it goes over the divisor here. So 1 and 5 tenths, which is what we got here, and then we just continue with the same step there. So those are other options, and that's basically what it's talking about here. So 5 times 3 tenths equals 1 and 1/2. Now, because our answer is 1 1/2, if we're creating a number line, we'd have 0, we'd have 1 and 2, and it would continue on. Where would 1 1/2 go on this number line? That's what it's asking for. I do whole numbers between which the product lies. That's all it's asking for right there, and hopefully that helps you get the answer on that part. I'm going to help these independent practice, and based on what you can see here, hopefully you can figure out which that I'm going to help you with, which problem looks like this when it's written out. Hopefully you see that number 8 is the one that I'm solving for you. I've written out 2/12 14 times, and since multiplication is repeated addition, these are all added up together. So I'm going to add 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. Now I've got 28 twelfths. And now I need to get this into a mixed number in order to be able to identify the 2 whole numbers between which it lies. So I can either do my box top division, the top goes in the box, the denominator goes outside, and I'm going to write my 12s, 12, 24, 36, 48, 28, 36 is too big, so 24 is closest. That is 2 jumps down. So 2 times 12 is 24. I subtract and I get 4. So now I've got 2 and 4 twelfths, which if you want to challenge yourself can be simplified. The other way to do it is to take 28 twelfths and subtract 1 whole, or 12 twelfths. And then I'm going to get 8 minus 2 is 6. 2 minus 1 is 1. Denominator stays the same. Subtract another whole because my numerator is still greater. So I'm going to subtract another 12 twelfths. 16 minus 12 is 4 twelfths. So now I've got 1, 2, and 4 twelfths. So 2 and 4 twelfths. You'll see this and this strategy both give me the same answer. So now how do I find the 2 whole numbers between which the product lies? Well, think of my number line. I've got 0, I've got 1, 2, 3, and it continues on. Where is 2 and 4 twelfths going to be on this number line? And you don't need to get exactly, you don't need to break this part down. You just need to figure out which to go in between here. Does it go in between here? Does it go in between here? Or is it going to be someplace else? So hopefully that'll help you get this part of it, which is identify the two whole numbers between which the product lies. And I've given you number 8, so hopefully you can continue on with the rest of those. Okay, now on the problem solving, Mario and 3 friends each had 3/4 foot of rope. I know take the 3 and do 3 3/4, but that's not, it's Mario and 3 friends. So that makes 4 people, and they each had 3/4 of a rope. So 3/4 4 times. Do they have 5 feet of rope altogether? So they're sort of asking you which is it going to be greater than 5 when you solve. So you're going to get 3/4 4 times. You're going to find that, which is going to be over 4. Then you're going to either divide or do your repeated subtraction of the whole numbers until you get your mixed number. And if the mixed number is 5 or greater, then they will. If it's less than 5, then no, they don't have enough. And hopefully that gives you enough clue right here in order to be able to solve this. And looking at number 12, Mrs. Raymond gave each of her students 1/12 of a box of crackers. Sounds like me at break time. She has 30 students in her class. So we've got 1/12 30 times. And I could write 1/12 out 30 times, but hopefully you see that that would equal 30 twelfths. You could also remember the trick that I taught you, 30 over 1. 30 times 1 is 30. 1 times 12 is 12. That might help you. That's the way your parents learned it. And what am I going to do to make this a mixed number? I'm either going to do my division with my box top, or I'm going to set up 30 twelfths and subtract 12 twelfths until I get something that is a proper fraction at the end. And I set up how it will look. I just didn't set the numbers in. So pause the video if you're doing this at home and set up your paper this way, because this is how you'll get to your answer if you're doing the subtraction way. And down here you're going to have a whole number and a fraction based on the boxes and filling in over and under the fraction bar and completing those blanks that I provided for you. Hopefully that'll help you get that one done. Now for the hot problem. Draw a model of a multiplication product is an improper fraction. So I'd strongly encourage you to go back, read these ones, go back and read the other page, figure out which one you liked, which one sounds like something you would like to do for yourself, and then use the models like we talked to make you can use either strategy to solve a multiplication problem when the answer is going to be an improper fraction. Do the best you can with that. This is going to be a challenge activity for those of you who are ready for that. If your 20 minutes is up and you've gotten to problem number 12, don't worry about it. We're just doing the best we can. Essential question: how can changing improper fractions to mixed numbers help me determine between which two whole numbers a fraction lies? Well, rewatch the video because I went over that, and I've got an example here of how that helps tell where the whole number will lie on a number line. So hopefully that helps you get this done. And again, stop when you're done with your time and don't worry about it. If you've finished all this and you still have time left, go on to the homework. If not, don't worry about it and get some done. That's all that matters.